Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fourth video of this series on the introduction to the Constitution of Bangladesh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Tarazi Mohammed Sheikh, and I am a law student at BRAC University, Bangladesh. Besides being a law student, I have interest in writing for different newspapers and legal journals. I also have active engagement in different national and international extracurricular activities, such as debate competitions, MUCR competitions in public speaking, etc. I was invited for this video as part of the celebration of the World Constitution Day on August 1, 2022. And I wish to say thank you to my friend, Ms. Salsabil Chaudhry, and Professor Dr. Ikramul Haq for this program. So the topic that I'm going to cover in this video is the third part of the Constitution of Bangladesh, which is entitled Fundamental Rights. In general sense, human rights can be defined as the basic rights of the people which are necessary for the development of an individual. However, the definition of fundamental rights under a constitution could be a more technical. It is certain human rights which are stated in the Constitution and are protected by the constitutional guarantees. And the reason why they are referred to as fundamental is because they are placed in the supreme or the fundamental law of the land, which has supreme authority over all other laws of that land. And they are applicable to the citizens irrespective of their race, place of birth, religion, caste, creed, and color. In Part 3 of the Constitution of Bangladesh, there are 23 articles, starting from Article 26 to Article 47A. And these rights are accumulated into Part 3 of the Constitution in accordance with the rules of International Bill of Human Rights. In today's video, I'm going to shed light on three very significant aspects of the fundamental rights under the Constitution of Bangladesh. The first most significant aspect of the fundamental rights under Part 3 of the Constitution is that the integrity of these rights and the legislations concerning these rights. So according to Article 26 of the Constitution of Bangladesh, these fundamental rights cannot be abridged by any ordinary legislation, and all existing laws that are inconsistent with these rights shall be declared void to the extent of its inconsistency with these rights. The second most significant aspect of these fundamental rights is that these rights are judicially enforceable, which means, according to Article 44 of the Constitution, every citizen of Bangladesh has the right to move to the High Court Division of the Supreme Court of Bangladesh in accordance with the provisions of Article 1 or 2 sub-Article 1 to enforce their fundamental rights that are articulated in Part 3 of the Constitution. The last significant aspect of the fundamental rights that I want to shed light on is the imposition of restriction over the fundamental rights. It is rare to see in any state that the enjoyment of fundamental rights are in an absolute nature, as the rights of enjoyment of these rights of every citizens are interdependent to each other. So if there is no restriction on the rights, on the enjoyment of these rights, it can cause severe jeopardy to the liberty of the other citizens, which would ultimately result in creating chaos and anarchy in that state. On the other hand, if the state has absolute power to determine the extent of exercising the fundamental rights and personal liberty, that would also result in tyranny. Hence, the restrictions on the enjoyment of fundamental rights are determined considering the greater purpose of the state, which is public welfare, which is also recognized in 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights at Article 29, sub-Article 2. And in line with that, the fundamental rights that are articulated in Part 3 of the Constitution of Bangladesh can be classified into two categories. The first category is the rights that are absolute in nature, such as the right to equality before law, discrimination against on the ground of religion, equal opportunity for employment, prohibition of foreign titles, safeguard to the arrest and detention, prohibition of forced labor, protection in respect of trial and punishment, etc. And the second category of the fundamental rights that are not absolute in nature, rather are subject to reasonable restrictions, are such as the right to movement, the right to association, the right to assembly, the right to thought, conscience, and speech, the right to religion, and finally, the right to protection of home and correspondence of every citizen. So these are the three most significant aspects of the part 3 of the Constitution of Bangladesh, which is fundamental rights. And this brings me to the end of the discussion on part 3 of the Constitution. Since this is a very basic and introductory video series, I tried to keep the video as simple and precise as it could be. I would like to seek excuse if I made any blunders during the course of this discussion. And thank you very much to everyone for your time and patience. Happy World Constitution Day to everyone. Thank you.